US service members who were dismissed for refusing the vaccine will be reinstated with full back pay and benefits under this executive order signed by President Trump. Now, this decision is fulfilling a campaign promise by Trump. This was something that he was promising to do during his inaugural address. And what a win for everyone who stood up for themselves, who didn't want to be forced into something that they were told they had to do.
You know, it's crazy. Isn't this insane how we feel like we just keep winning again? People are getting redeemed. You know, they lost their jobs and you know, not just service members, but firemen, cops, just so many people, teachers lost their jobs because they wouldn't take an experimental vaccine. And listen, if you want to take the vaccine, that's great. You're welcome to take it. But by mandating it, making people lose their jobs, lose their ability to travel, lose their ability to see their loved ones before they passed away, all because of these mandates, it feels good to finally have some justice served, but it couldn't have come soon enough. And thank goodness Donald Trump is you know, following through with his promises that he did on the campaign trail.
Another promise, a nationwide immigration crackdown has resulted in the arrest of almost 1,000 people, according to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And a number of federal agencies with newly expanded detention powers were involved in the raids in a number of cities, including Chicago and Miami. Here we are again, winning, Trump delivering.
No, it's so awesome. I mean, ICE, they're being so aggressive. Even the TSA is like, whoa, chill out, ICE, chill out. We're supposed to be the aggressive ones here in America. But no, I love it. And like I said, Donald Trump has said this so many times, is that he's not anti-immigration. It's that he's anti-illegal immigration. So we're not going to be able to just hand out free hotel rooms and gift cards in Manhattan anymore. And these people got to go. And Tom Homan and ICE, and they're doing a great job. But it's never going to be enough. You know, they have to continue to work every single day because they are facing a very, very tough opponent when it comes to the cartel, because this is an organized, you know, crime ring. So their work is cut out for them. But I love the direction that America is trending when it comes to illegal immigration.
I want to talk to you about the First Lady. The White House has unveiled the official portrait of First Lady Melania Trump, and this black and white image is going viral on social media for all the right reasons. We know that Melania looked magnificent on Inauguration Day, and here she is again. So, you know, whether you like the Trumps or not, you cannot deny that Melania has a lot of style.
Well, you know, they didn't like to feature her on any, you know, fashion magazine, from Vogue to, I can't even think of them because I don't read any of them, but they didn't publish any of her pictures on the cover. But now seeing this photo, I think they're going to actually realize that this is what the American people want. And this is the other thing with this photo. If you look at Melania, when she's wearing that tuxedo and she has the cummerbund, she looks so official. And Donald Trump might be the leader of the free world, but Melania is probably the leader of Donald Trump. Let's be real. So she is kind of secretly the most powerful woman, you know, on planet Earth.
Oh, yeah. And she looks like a boss, doesn't she? And look, we don't just have a real president back, seeing as Joe Biden's gone and no one seemed to know who was actually running the country, but we have a comedian in the White House. Here is Donald Trump absolutely on fire.
To any country, it didn't matter. He would never pick up the call. They'd say, he'll call you back in 2 months. Then he'd never call, and then they could never get him on the phone. And the problem I have is that when I speak to and I speak to them immediately, they'll say, could we speak to the president? Would that be possible? We could do it anytime over the next month. They're so used to this, right? I say, no, I'll pick it up right now. Is he on the phone? Yeah, hello, how you doing? They were so starved for love from the United States, I cannot get them off the phone. I can't get people, if you can't, I say, I have to go now, King, or I have to go now, President. But you can't get them off the phone. They're starved for love. You know, for years they haven't spoken. They didn't even know we had a president, if you want to know.
He's brilliant, but there's a bit of truth to that. We know that Joe Biden wasn't picking up the phone. He was probably asleep. He had to go to bed at 8 p.m. And now world leaders have someone to speak to.
No, Donald Trump is exactly right. And that's the funniest stuff is something that's true. And Donald Trump is just speaking the God's honest truth. Though when these world leaders wanted to speak to somebody here in America, you know, they got the busy signal. Joe Biden was taking a nap. And now that Donald Trump is in power, they can actually talk to somebody and get things done and actually, you know, help not just their citizens, but help American citizens. We finally have a president and not a puppet in office. It feels good to say I'm an American with Donald Trump in power.
Alex Stein, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. Great to chat to you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.